Say hi, everybody. Okay. Being a teenager today is no joke, and it took a while for me to gain my bearings, to learn how to float despite everything. And I know I'm not the only one here today that understands this cycle. Life is full of waves. Sometimes the waves precede tsunamis. Sometimes they provide calm, shallow water. But at the end of the day, there will always be the next wave. Like many students here, my tsunami was junior year. I can say with certainty that I look forward to never taking another SAT or AP exam ever again.
Despite the outcome, despite how we feel about our decisions now, we did what we thought was best at the time. And we took those hard moments in life as best as we could. And now we sit in the bed that we made for ourselves and we keep going. And you should have forgiveness for yourself, and you should have space for yourself and not beat yourself up about it. And that even though things didn't always go well, that's just kind of how life is. And at the end of the day, you did what you thought was the best thing to do.
You're going to go to the University of Illinois and study physics. Why that particular field of study?
Thought about chemistry for a while, and then I was like, that's a dead end. Then I thought about forensic science, and I could never really land on a specific career that was interesting to me long term. So I took a moment in probably like the beginning of my junior year to reflect on what it was that would hold my interest for the longest. And the one thing that has been able to hold my interest for so long has been learning, be it through learning music, learning my instrument, learning math, learning English, learning science. All of those things have been so interesting to me throughout. I'm always motivated to learn. And so I decided to do some sort of area of research as a career, because that is, to me, that is learning for a living.
As you look at the world and the country as it exists right now, what are some of the problems that you think your generation has the unique skill set to solve?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is always social issues. I'm so grateful for the amount of progress that has been made in the past however long, ever since human conception. But, you know, like I wouldn't be here without the civil rights movement. I wouldn't be here as a woman, as a Latina, as a queer person, as someone who is an independent person who has thoughts and opinions and wants to express them. Without those achievements that were made over the course of years, I wouldn't be able to say what I'm about to say now. But at the same time, there's still so much more that needs to be done. Like, there are so many injustices happening around the world, so many injustices that our country is contributing to that really, really disappoints me as a young person, as someone who's becoming an adult for the first time in 2025, especially in recent years. Like, since 2020, it kind of feels like the world is crashing down on us a little bit. But at the same time, I'm surrounded by so many strongly opinionated people who have such vigor to like change the world, that I feel that by the time I'm, you know, old and on my way out, hopefully things will be better for marginalized communities in America, and the world will be a kinder place for people who are currently experiencing a lot of hardship right now, be it in the Middle East, be it in, you know, Ukraine, be it even in Chicago.
Name a teacher from anywhere along your path in VVSD that had an impact on you and why.
Mrs. Chug, my 7th grade math teacher, had a really big impact on me. She, even though I was being such a brat to her at first, she gave me so much patience and so much time and so much support. And I vividly remember one time she was speaking to me in the hallway, and this was after I kind of warmed up to her, and I was like, okay, she's like a really nice teacher, like I shouldn't be taking out my anger on her. She told me, and I don't remember what this conversation was about, but she said, when you are on TV as a famous person one day, make sure to shout me out and say that you remember me, and I'll be sitting there on the couch watching you TV cheering you on, like I taught her in 7th grade. And that just like really stuck with me, and just her support was revolutionary to my foundation in school.
Wow. I'm honored to be mentioned and remembered by Laura. I really feel proud of her, and her words, go to reaffirm how powerful these student and teacher connections are. Laura was always a standout, curious, driven, brilliant. I loved to challenge her, and she rose to every challenge I threw her way. What makes me more emotional about this is that she was a part of my very first class, and that was a COVID year. And I never got to say a proper goodbye. And I always wondered, how are these kids doing? Did I do enough for them? But hearing her speak today gives me that sense of closure and an immense sense of pride.